Hey, it's Chikuseren, and you may know me from my other social media. You know, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok maybe? I'm not sure. But you came to the right place because this is going to be the start of my YouTube channel rebrand! Yay! Then what better to start this YouTube channel rebrand off than going ahead and doing a random keyword challenge, because that's the first thing I could think of. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I know you're so excited. Let's begin! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Now, of course, in order to start a challenge like this, we need some random keywords. So, Biscuit, go ahead and give us that keyword. Yep, give us a keyword. Biscuit. Oh! Wow, Biscuit, thank you. That's a great word. Let's use it. Yeah. Biscuit will be in charge of doing that from now on, so I hope you're fine with it. Okay, so I guess for this first drawing, I wanted to, of course... Wait a second. Ugh, didn't introduce you guys to my OCs. Of course, we have to introduce them to my OCs. This is an unnamed Y. We don't have a name for her yet because she's so recent. And I didn't really think about that, so comment below, what do you think should be her name? I have no idea myself, so I would love to hear your suggestions. Next, and we have the girls. I call them the girls, and their friends. And that's all I'll say on the matter. Now back to the drawing. Our first word is potential, so obviously we have to dive into that in a little bit of a story manner. I chose to go ahead and pull my first OC, the nameless one. Potentially, right? Give the viewer a flower. Like, bro, she has a bunch of flowers and you could potentially take it from her. I'm a genius, I know. Now, of course, we gotta add the absolute most atrocious flower known to man. Erase that. Erase that immediately. Thank you. Now, I tried fixing up the flower here, but I knew at this point that flower is unfixable. Believe it or not, I had an idea when I first started this, and will that end result be the exact idea I had in my head? It's usually never the case, but we like to trust the process. Trust the process. Yep. Now that we magically have the line art and coloring done, I like to go ahead and just color the line art so that it looks like, you know, good at this stage, because that gives me that little boost of self-confidence that something's finally going right in this drawing. I always want to blur the eyes a little bit, make the eyes nice and shiny here. And completely erase that and then redraw it, because that's just how it is. That's just how it is when you draw sometimes. Gotta add the cute little eye shine so that you know that she's not soulless inside, she's cute and not soulless. The eyes are my favorite part of the drawing because it's the windows to the soul. That's what they say in creepy movies. We gotta give her a cutie eye makeup because why not? That's in her character design, and obviously, she's my only OC with cutie makeup. As customary with all of my characters ever, they always have to have cute blush, cutie blush everywhere. It shows that they have life, and they have blood, and that is exactly what you want in all your characters. Take this as life advice. Don't listen to a thing I say. Now turn that out of saturation because I don't want to make her look like Donald Trump now. She looking orange. Yeah, that's something I wanted to do, was to just erase the points of light and add in the shadows after and define them more. So it came a time in this part of the drawing where I had a moment of realization. It looks like hot garbage. It looks like trash. So we're gonna throw this away. I had to take that moment. I have to take a step back. We had to stop right there. We had to have a moment of clarity. And I had to come back. I came back to it 3 days later with a fresh mind because sometimes you have to take a step back to take a step forward. So that's how we got here. Alright, continue. Notice how there's lack of flour. We're gonna come back to that flour much later on. Don't you worry, I got a special trick up my sleeve for that flour. So this is going to be the info dumping portion because I have not yet explained her origin. So who is she and where did she come from? Well, this girl was just a culmination, and I'm gonna be fairly honest. This girl is a culmination of many, not many. I was scrolling on Pinterest and I found a couple of like AI art characters and I just put a bunch of them together. And she was born. I just took some elements from certain drawings that I saw because it was obviously AI. So let's be honest, AI is coming for our jobs and we are not going to let that happen. So any characters that you post on freaking Pinterest, it's automatically obsolete. You did not draw that. No, thank you. So I just took a little liberty and I combined a bunch of them together and she was born. Yeah. So yeah, that's the basis of her origin. AI bros, screw you AI bros. We're taking our art back. Whether you like it or not, I'm not gonna say it like that. As you can see, we are now in Clip Studio Paint for the desktop. Clip Studio Paint just has its own features that are just not available in Procreate, and that is why I've gone to it today, because they already have the flower I want to draw. Why spend any time trying to get it to look good only for it to look like crap? So I'm just gonna tell you right now, Clip Studio Paint saved my life today, and it saved my life many times. You'll probably see this. So we're gonna try and make the flower look a bit more realistic here. That is exactly what's going on here. The flower now looks a bit more painterly, painting over the lines that it gave me. You know, go ahead and do that. Because this flower already looks out of place, we gotta make it look in place. And don't forget, she has to give you something. So she's gonna give you a flower, and it's gonna be one of the flowers that I found in the brush. Thanks, Clip Studio Asset Store. Oh my gosh, for making my life easier. So just erase the unwanted parts, move stuff around a little bit, and voila, she is holding a flower. Okay, we gotta move it around a bit more. We're gonna give her even more flowers because it wouldn't make sense if she gave you her final flower, would it? No, it would not. We're gonna crop the canvas a little bit, and that's that. I think this one came out pretty well and adhered well to the concept. Thank you. Second, drawing. Okay, we're at our second word, and Biscuit's gonna come through. Go ahead and give us that word, Biscuit. What is it? What will it be? What a great word, Biscuit. Thank you so...
I know what you are. Pack it up, Skittle Squad.
So our second word is transaction. What do you think when you hear the word transaction? Obviously, you think of money. You think of time. You think of Sony Angels. So we put all of that into this drawing. I went ahead and planned the pose ahead of time in Clip Studio, not sponsored. Okay, that sped up this process because let me tell you one thing, that last drawing took far too long. I spent a solid week on that. It was not fun, not cool. All right, so this is going to be, I guess, the info dumping portion for these two characters because, believe it or not, they have names this time. They're not just the nameless. Okay, so a little bit of a fun fact. 𝚑𝚎 dates back to, like, she was made when I was in high school, okay? And she's been surviving strong. Probably my oldest OC that I still keep around. That was a time of my life, okay? She unfortunately is a Danganronpa OC. I'm not proud of it either. I was in the Danganronpa community, and I was on RP Twitter, and I don't do much of RP Twitter anymore, but that is where she originally originated. And in the Danganronpa RP Twitter community, we had there was a little group of us, and I was a part of it, and we called this Project 54. It was a doozy. We made a whole Discord for it. It's supposed to be a killing game that happened after V3 because, yeah, it was called 54. And it was really crazy. I designed a whole bunch of Garfields mixed with memes to make all the different Garfields for every different chapter. It was a Garfield Monokuma like mix. It was insane. And he fused with every meme. So his name was Monofield at the beginning, and it was just crazy. Well, Akahana was taking place in it, and she had a high school talent or whatever they call it. Hers was to be able to read and interpret dreams. That was her thing. And she ended up surviving really, really far into the game. Farther than I thought she would. She did end up dying on the final trial because we had this thing where there was a wheel with everyone's names on it and we drew 2 after every case. And she was chilling and she was surviving. She was a very shy character as well, so she didn't really make many friends. But she was surviving and thriving up until chapter 5. And if you look at Akahana for even a second, there's no way. She doesn't have a killing bone in her body. So I opted for her to be killed, unfortunately. And I wrote out her entire death and everything. It was deep. And yeah, that's the origin of Akahana. But here's where 𝚑𝚎 comes in. 𝚑𝚎 was actually the person that I ended up rolling with. The other person that she landed on the wheel. So she's actually the one who killed her in that killing game. I sort of took that and I kind of ran with it. She was so nice. The person who played 𝚑𝚎, if you are watching, I took your profile pic and turned it into a character and now they're friends. It made for some nice memories. It really did. So yeah, I sort of just yoinked her character and turned her into 𝚑𝚎, and that's how they both exist. She has the same name too. That's the whole story for real. So there you go. There's your little info dump and spill of the day. That's all I have to say on that piece. Back to what we were drawing. The info dump is over. Okay, so now we're at the rendering phase. What I've started doing, I like this glazing method. It's really like, it makes me feel like I'm drawing really quickly, which is something that I never do. So just shading it on one layer is just one thing that this whole thing taught me to do. So that's a wonderful thing. I'm shading on gray and then just putting it over. It's just so much faster, and it's something I did for the last piece that I am doing again here, but this time it's documented. So here you go. I know you were so eager to see how the frick we got to where we were, but we did that. We got there. Rendering a bit of the eye here. I didn't want it to be too flashy, but at the same time, I wanted to give her some life. So here we are, the eye. Get the eye done. Also, this eyelash thing that I've been doing, yeah, I just started that too, so I hope you guys like it because it's here to stay. We're gonna give her some wrinkles in that clothing so that she doesn't look flat like a 2D character, because Akahana technically is a flat 2D character, but I just recently learned how to render clothes correctly, or at least in a better way. So we're gonna test that out here. Gotta add a little pink for the background because we gotta give them some pop. Unfortunately, it's Barbie pop. Gotta get her nails did. Her nails gonna be did, and that's it. That's the second drawing. here are the two drawings together. I've put them together for you. I hope you guys like that because I worked really hard to do that. Anyways, I think it's a success. We took the two keywords and we took it and ran with it and made two drawings out of it. There is no third drawing, I'm afraid, because these took long enough. Thank you so much for watching the whole video, because you're a real one if you watch the whole video, and you're also a real one if you subscribe and you like the video, because clearly you're here. You're here, so you liked it. So I'm gonna take that as a yes, and go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my voice and my commentary, and follow me on my socials, because that's where these will be uploaded. And have a good one. Goodbye.